Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on our 78 C3 Corvette. We got started cleaning things up the other day. Found worse rust in the floorboard than what we thought we would have. Looking at it, we thought it was just going to be some surface rust. We could, clean it off, treat it, and be fine. But we come to find out that there is holes in the floorboard. So if you look right here in this area right here, this cottage cheese. So what we did, we came along this edge up here, drilled our spot welds out, made us a line across here, down the side, across the back. We're leaving this little hump. It's in good shape. We're not going to worry about it. But we're going to make a floorboard patch today. So let me get this out and I'll show you exactly how we've got it cut. So here's our patch, or the panel that we're going to be replacing. So as you can see, it's got a lot of holes in it down in this area, up into here. So we're going to get us a patch made, get that put in. You can get the complete floorboards. It's about $300 per side. The rest of our floorboards are in good shape, so we don't need to replace the whole thing. We're just going to make up some of these patches, weld them in, and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, we've got our piece cut out that we're going to replace. We're going to start making our patch panel to go back in. So what we did is just took a piece of masking paper, nice cheap, mess it up, doesn't matter. And first we laid it out on the back so that we could cut out the rough design and shape of it. Then we switched it over to the front and we actually laid out where our bends go, so we know where to bend it. Now if you notice, whenever we go in this corner up here, it creates a little tuck right there. So we're going to have to shrink this area here down to get it to fit right. And then we've also got a small tuck here that we'll have to straighten out once we get this main part bent. I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to try taking my bead roller, because this is not a full 90-degree bend, it's radiused. So I think I could take my bead roller and roll along these edges and get started tipping the metal. So I've transferred everything over to my patch panel that I made, that I cut out, so that we can start bending our new piece of metal and getting it set to fit. So alright guys, just so you can kind of see what's going on. We took our tipping die, I actually used a radius bottom die, and we've got our line started all the way around the bottom. So now we're going to finish this radius out. Out of the way. And this is just an old piece of cross member. But if you look, it's got the perfect radius on it to finish forming our bend to. So we're going to get this set up in our vise. Alright fellas, we got the rough shape of it. I did end up having to split this corner. What I've got, it was just too much of a tuck to have to contend with, so I just put a little split in it. We'll go back, do a trim this back, just get us a good straight cut through there, weld it up, grind it back, make that solid. This tuck over here came out okay, and you can see looking at the bottom of the pan, so we still got a little trimming and everything to do to get it right back in the exact place of this one, but our basic shape is there, so we can work with that. Alright guys, there it is. It's all welded in. I still got a little bit more grinding to do on it. Wasn't going to bore you with the whole welding it in, grinding it down. I'm sure you've seen that many times. My videos, you know, everybody's videos. So. But you saw how we cut it out, most of how we fit it. And we did end up having to make another little piece, which is this piece right here. It comes up across and down. That wasn't part of the original patch that we made. Once we got to welding it in, that was just too soft up there, so we went ahead, cut it out back here to good metal, made us another little patch to go in, blended that all together, and we got good solid floor pan now. There is supposed to be a little drain hole right here that has a plug that goes in it. I haven't decided if I'm going to put that back in yet. If I do, it's just a matter of drilling the hole. Of course, you can just put a plug in it. I'll show you on the other side here in just a minute what the hole looks like. It's 50-50 whether I'm going to put it in there or not. We may just leave that out of it. So, but next thing we're going to do, we got a small hole, about a 3-inch long hole on the other side that we're going to get patched up. I'll walk over and show that to you. Alright, here's the other side. As you can see, this little hole right here. Like I said, it's not very big. We've actually got a piece out of an old repair panel. I think this was off a door off of a maybe a truck, I'm not sure. Just a piece of scrap that I held on to. Looks like it just might be wide enough to cover that. So we'll probably cut it right along in here somewhere, and then depending on the floorboard out in here somewhere, just weld this little section in that'll patch that part of the floor there. Overall, floors ain't extremely bad in this car. I've seen them a lot worse. Once we get our holes patched up, we'll come back with our POR 15 and treat the rust and everything in it, get all that stopped, and we'll kind of be done with the floorboards from there. A little something I wanted to share with you guys. Whenever you're starting to build a patch, so when we first started looking at this, we tapped it with the hammer, it seemed solid. So okay, here's a pre-made piece of metal, probably pop that in there and move on. But a lot of times what you get into is once you start trying to weld this in, you find out the metal's real thin, and you're just burning through metal, making little patches, burning through metal. So what I do, I hope you can see this, but I take the welder, and see I started here because I could see there's a little weak spot right there. So I started popping it with the welder to see how far back I had to go to get into good metal that I didn't burn through with my welder. And I had my welder turned up pretty high and the wire speed pretty low because I didn't want to build a weld. I just wanted to see how solid the metal was. So, you know, I went around all around the perimeter of it, figured out where my strong metal was. Now I can measure this and know what size patch to build it in one piece, weld it in, and be done with it. Don't always work. You're still going to find weak spots and may have to make another little patch to go along with it, but at least it does get you out to where it seems like the metal is going to be strong enough to handle the welding, and you know, not leave you trying to weld up little burn throughs and weld into weak metal. Just want to show you guys a couple of things real quick. We done an 8x8 piece, come 3 inches up, 5 inches across. It's working good. We are going to trim this piece down along here once we start welding this in, but we're getting our bottom cut in and welded in. A couple of things I wanted to share with you. Whenever you're cutting these patches in, if you lay your patch up there, tack it in place, because you end up cutting these out, so don't go to a great deal. But then you can come back with your cutoff wheel and cut these in so you have a nice little gap. Now, another thing, when you're cutting these in, you don't want to hold your cutoff wheel at 90 degrees, because if you look at the thickness of the wheel itself, that's how wide your gap is going to be. And you want a little bit of gap there so you get good penetration. But if you hold it at a 45-degree angle, cutting back into your patch panel, it's going to help tighten that gap up quite a bit, because what happens is it angles your metal. So if this is your top piece, this is going to be cut at an angle back this way. Your bottom piece is going to be angled this way. So instead of having a gap like this between the two of them, it's going to help tighten that gap up and make it a lot easier for you to weld. Guys, there you go. Got it all welded in, blended in, so it fits real nice. Once we go back and put our rust treatment on, we're going to cover this in POR 15. Then we'll put some sound mat over the top of that, and you'll never know that patch is there. We'll have to go underneath, dress up a little bit from underneath, and then treat the bottom of the car, and it'll work perfect. Yeah, this car is not going to be a show car. It's not going to be a car that's judged. It's just going to be a fun cruiser, get out, play in. So this will work just fine for our purpose, and saved us $800 buying new floor pans and putting in it. So, but we're going to get our windshields out and see what we got going underneath there and get that treated. And I can tell there's going to be a little bit of rust there. We've already took the trim out, so we have to get that cleaned up, get it treated. Then we should have all the rust stopped on the car and be ready to move on to some of the fiberglass work and stuff. So hope you guys stay tuned.